Hello and welcome. Today is my debt confession. I have got a substantial amount of debt and I'm on a journey to pay this off and be debt free. So I said, let me share this information with you all and possibly help someone that so that they may not get into the same situation or could avoid this situation. I'm always willing to share. I'm not perfect, I'm learning, but like I said, this is a journey, and I just want to share this with everyone as we combat this debt and bring it down so that I can begin saving more and investing. So that's the goal. So let's get started. I am a single woman. I'm still working full time, and I have 2 dependents. So let's get started. So one of the issues that I have is that I have a substantial amount of credit cards. So that's one of the things that I want to get down and get paid off. So as of now, I have 7 American Express cards. I have 5 Chase cards, and I'll let you see the rest as I go through them. So let's get started. So I'll call it American Express number 1. So I'll just jot them all down. Makes it easier to see. 3, 5. But I said 7, right? 6. Look at my notes to make sure. Yep. 7 American Express cards. So the first one, I have a balance of $3,644.32. The minimum payment is $95, and the interest rate is 18.49%. Okay. American Express number 2. The balance is $2,865.94. And with this one is a platinum card, so I pay extra on this. So the minimum payment is usually under $200, but I just like to pay them extra. So as of now, I'm gonna just keep it at $300. That interest rate is at 19.49%. Okay. Get a little closer so you can see. All right. So my third American Express, I have currently a 0 balance on that one. The fourth one does have a balance. That one is $4,492.16 with a minimum payment of $100, and the interest rate is 0% right now, but after October 2024 will go up to 20.49%. Okay. My fifth Amex card. That one also has a zero balance. So I've been working on these credit cards and paying them down, but I did make the mistake and ran them back up. So please don't do that. My sixth credit card, it has a balance of just $166.03. The minimum balance is $35. And oh, this interest rate, goodness, this was like 25.99%. This is an older card. And my seventh card, this is a Amex Green, $6,243.66. The minimum payment is like $165, and the interest rate is 19.49%. Okay. So just with those few, it's a substantial amount. It's actually $17,421.11. So just for that section, I want to make it easier, and I'm going to break it down so I don't have to add up so many numbers at the end. So just from the American Express cards that I have, that's a total debt of $17,421.11. Now for my Chase cards, I have 5 of those. Chase 1, Chase 2, Chase 3, four, and 5. Okay, so I got another sheet behind here because I got a lot of debt, but I want to show you that we can get up out of this. It took a while to get in this mess, but I'm going to take my time to get out and do it the right way so I won't have to go back and get back in this situation again. So that's my goal. Be done with all this debt, and I can accurately save and invest. Okay, so for those 5 Chase cards, I don't have a balance on all of them. So like the first one, it's a 0 balance. So pretty good with that one. On the Chase number 2, it is a balance on this one of $6,513.56. The minimum payment is $158, and the interest rate is 18.49%. Okay, and then on Chase number 3, 0%, or not 0%, 0 balance. And on 4, it's also a 0 balance. And on my 5th one, it's a small balance of $1,266.92. Okay, with this credit card, it's only a minimum balance of $40 that's due. Minimum payment, sorry about that, a minimum payment of $40, and it's 0% interest up until what's that, 11/2024. and then it jumps to 29.24%. I hope y'all can see that. Okay. So let's see. So here it is. So for that last one at the bottom. So for my 5th Chase card, I have a balance of $1,266.92 with a minimum payment of $40, and the interest rate is 0 right now, but after November 2024 it will go up to 29.24%. Okay, and so for all the total for all of my Chase cards is $7,780.48. So that's the total balance of my American Express cards and all my Chase cards. Okay. And wait, there's more. There is more. Start up here so you can see it. Okay. So next are more credit cards. And then after I finish calculating all the credit cards, I'll go into the loans that I have. So let's continue on. So the next section of credit cards are a Bank of America, 2 U.S. bank cards, a TJ Maxx card, and a Kohl's card. So let's write that down. BOA, a U.S. bank or 2 U.S. bank. Okay, and then a TJ Maxx. And Kohl's. Okay, so these aren't that bad, but I still have a substantial balance that needs to come down. The interest rates are around the same as previously, but again, if I paid these off, I would be avoiding a lot of unnecessary interest. Okay, so for my BOA, it's a 0 balance on that one. U.S. Bank number 1, I have a balance of $4,241.13. The minimum payment is $114. And the interest rate on that is 19.24%. Okay. U.S. Bank number 2, this one has 7,000. So I think this is the largest amount I have on credit cards. $7,350.17. The minimum balance on this is, or the minimum payment is $75. And it's 0% interest right now up until February 2025. Okay. Now, for my other cards, I keep this at a 0 balance. Keep that at a 0 balance. I occasionally use them throughout the year, but pay them right off the next week so that I won't incur any extra interest. And the interest rate on this one was like 29%. So that's why I just paid off all the time right away. So for those credit cards, that section, the total debt that I have for that is $11,591.30. Okay. Now to a real interesting part. So I had a mortgage of $125,000. It's at an interest rate of 3.75%. So I got it down a good amount, but then I wanted to do some repairs, and that's where I think I went wrong. So I took two loans out, one for about 40,000, the other one about 50,000. So that put me back up for a total, just to include mortgage, I'm back up to 200,000 as far as what I owe as for a mortgage. So the mortgage itself is 95,000, but once I added on those two loans, that brought it back up. So, but I needed those repairs for the house, so it was necessary. But if I didn't take them out, that would have been a lot of debt that I could have avoided. So let's start with the mortgage. So like I said, so the balance right now is 95,083.84, and then the minimum payment is $741.12. That's my monthly payment, and my interest rate is 3.75%. Okay. So I'll let you know this. With my mortgage, that only includes a mortgage. I have my insurance and property taxes. I pay that on my own, so it's separate. So I save up money for my taxes. I just set that to the side. Monthly, I take it out of each check, a portion, couple hundred, and the same for with the property taxes and insurance. So once it becomes due, I already have that stash set to the side, and I don't hold an escrow. Okay, so let's see. So next is loan number 1. This was like a repair loan, and that balance is $35,879 with a minimum payment of $464.23. Okay, and then the interest rate on that is 66.99%. Okay, so for loan number 2, that balance is $45,937.38 with a minimum payment of $650.38 and interest at 9.9%. Okay. And lastly, I do have a HELOC, but I don't have a balance on it right now. So I'm working on strategically utilizing the HELOC to pay down the higher interest rates, because my HELOC, the interest rate, it started at 5%, 5.99%, and now it's at 8%. So with my other credit cards, several of my other credit cards being at 19% and higher, I can transfer that balance over to my HELOC and pay it down at a lower interest rate. But that 8% is high, but it's what's the going rate now in our current economy. So yes, this is high, but I have credit cards that are higher, so I can pay it off quicker if it's at a lower interest rate. So the final balance for this section, my mortgage, the 2 loans, and the HELOC, which is 0. I have a total of $176,822 and 0.01 cents. So that's the total just for that section. So let's put it all together and let's come up with our total debt that we owe. So let's go back to what we had first up here. And then I'll move this up so we can. I want you to see this. So, all right. So from these figures from previous, so I'm gonna write them down. So I did how many sections? 1, 2, 3, 4. So section 1 is the 17,421.11. 2 was $7,780.48. Okay, and then section 4 or 3, I'm sorry. That's 11,591.30. And the 4th section was 176,822.01. Okay, so if we add all those together, our grand total we are at a debt of, let's see, $213,614.90. So that is my debt, my current debt that I hold. $213,614.90. So it is our goal to pay this off. Okay, and we're gonna use the snowball method. That's what I forgot to let you know. So yeah, so we're gonna do this starting with the lowest interest rate. And the lowest interest rate we have now is at 18.49%. Sorry if you can't see that. Okay, yeah, the 18.49% is the lowest one. So we'll start with, it looks like we're starting with this one, but this one, I would want to go ahead and pay that off, and I should, but it's because it's only $1,000, $1,200. That would be good to just get off the records right now and pay it off, and then start with the highest or the lowest, I guess. So I'm looking at paying this one off first, right? Is that the highest one? 192419. The lowest one. We'll start with the lowest one. Or wait, with that snowball. Is it the lowest amount or the lowest interest rate? No, right. So the debt snowball is the lowest amount. So the lowest amount. And the debt avalanche is the lowest interest rate. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to start with the lowest amounts. So I'll start with this one first. The Amex is only $166. Then I'm going to go with this one, the next highest. So this is the debt snowball. That's how I'm going to do it. The amounts itself. So I am concerned about the interest rates, but like I said, with the interest rates that are higher, those I will transfer over to my HELOC and then pay them down at a lower interest rate from there. So yeah, so I'm going to start paying these two off. Then I'll go to my next largest one. Let's see. So actually this is the next. These two are the next largest up here. And then these. And then I do have that one that was 7,000. So I'll tackle that one last. So it's looking like I'm gonna do it like this. So this will be number one that I pay off. This will be two. I'm gonna go in this order. This will be three. This will be four. Five. Let's see. So then I have one that's 4,000. One that's 4,000 here too. This one is more. But they're still about the same. But that one is at a higher interest rate than this one. This one doesn't have an interest rate just yet because it's a zero balance until October. So we probably want to pay that off first before that interest rate jumps up to 20.49%. So I'll keep it in that order. 5. And then this one will be 6. This will be 6. And then, let's see, anything else? So after that, got 2 that are at 6,000. So this is US Bank 1. That will be next in line at 6, and then 7 will be this Chase right here. or AMX, and then this chase. That'll be the 8th one that I pay off. Okay, so we got a plan, but like I said, this is our debt, and we got to do something about it because it's draining me. Okay.